The art of archery has been around for millennia, from its use in hunting and warfare to a popular Olympic event. But this ancient sport is seeing a massive comeback, with its popularity skyrocketing here on the western slope. I took a look at the community of hunters and sportsmen choosing to use a bow and how this previously niched way of hunting is now commonplace in Colorado. The ranges of Cameo Shooting and Education Complex are filled with the sounds of sportsmen hitting their mark. But the community of hunters filling the Archery Pavilion is practically silent.
You got to get in close, and when you're in close, all the sights, the tastes, the smells become amplified because you're right in next to that animal.
Bow hunting and archery in general are considered archaic forms of hunting. But it's being kept a challenge on purpose.
To be able to provide that as a primitive form is kind of a cool thing.
It is kind of more traditional, so you do get closer to the animal. It does feel more like hunting an animal than just seeing one, and it might not even really know you're there.
There are many reasons that bow hunting would be the sport of choice, from its place in pop culture.
Movies such as The Hunger Games, with the archery that's involved in that, we've seen a little bit of an uptick, I think.
To its early start season.
They can hunt from the end of August to the last full weekend or so. It kind of depends on the year, in September. And there's a huge window there.
But is this historic form of hunting fading into the past, or will it continue on for generations to come?
No, archery will continue to grow.
According to the Colorado Bow Hunters Association, their target audience includes 40,000 plus hunters in Colorado each year.
I know of a lot of guys who have taken some of these experiences and they're hooked on it.
Not to mention the many juvenile hunters that are just starting to grow into their bow.
If it were a 10 scale, it'd be like 100. I love to shoot.
4-H is an archery group that caters to 8 to 18-year-olds looking to compete at the state level.
We compete at county fair, and then we also have a state team that competes at the state 4-H level.
Of which there are many.
About 60 enrolled in the program.
And archery is growing among women as well. Just ask Valerie Coons, an administrative assistant at Cameo who's been hunting since she was little.
Well, I think archery is growing for sure. A lot of people are more interested in it.
She hosts an intro to archery class that constantly fills up before the course is even advertised.
At my classes, every time I have a list of people that want to do the next one before it even starts.
And speaking of growing, Cameo is continuing to add targets and ranges specifically for archers, including this massive 3D archery terrain range that lets hunters shoot at realistic targets.
They can come out and they can shoot some 3D targets, some realistic looking targets that are near true to size of the animal they'd be going after.
Ensuring that current and future bow hunters always have a place to improve.
Archery is a sport that they can continue till they're in their 80s. I know several people who are in their 80s still shooting their bows. So it's a lifelong sport, and it's fun to watch them.
Although archery has been around almost as long as hunting, this sport is just starting to take flight. Cameo has plans to add a variety of new targets and ranges to their complex, and of course we'll keep you updated as their 3D archery range continues to grow.